Our first speaker, Dr. Vikram. Please, the floor is yours. I will stop share.
Thank you, Alexei, for giving me this opportunity to present. So let me know if you can see my screen.
We do.
Great. Good afternoon, everybody. So I'm Vickram Bissonauth from the Mauritius Research and Innovation Council. We are a government body in Mauritius. Our main objective is to facilitate research and innovation in the country. So we benefit from government funding, part of taxpayers' funds to promote research and innovation. So basically, our main role is to uh, re-engineer the public funds into research and innovation grant schemes, which is used to foster innovation. Apart from that, we are allowed each research coordinator to look into new and emerging research technologies, which could eventually be imported, help the country in the socioeconomic development. And in that sense, I was very lucky enough to be given the responsibility to lead a small team of engineers, space engineers, and we won the JAXA UNOSA KiboCube Award in 2018. So this is um, our first initiative. So JAXA UNOSA KiboCube Award gives the opportunity to countries like ourselves to set their first initiative in space. And in close collaboration with AAC Clyde Space in UK, we developed the Mauritius Imagery Radio Communication Satellite 1, MIA-SAT-1, which is a 1U cube satellite, 10 centimeter CubeSat, mostly focused on capacity building. And this allowed us to go through all the steps from design, build, testing, deployment, before deployment, registration with ITU, etc. So the whole process till um, launch, deployment, and then after orbiting for 10 months in space, our satellite burned in I think June 2021. So thanks to this project, this collaboration with Clyde Space, we were able to establish a fully functional ground station with a flat sat that allowed us to do some simulations before sending the command to the satellite. This is on the left, we see the antenna on top of our building. And these are a few examples of the photos taken by MiaSat-1. So it was quite an interesting experiment. So, as part of the KiboCube Award, we also had the responsibility of building capacity in our country, raising awareness. So, for us, it was quite an achievement because it was for the first time in our history that we set our first initiative in space. And so we started to realize how space and satellite technologies could help a small island developing state like ourselves. For those who do not know where Mauritius is, we are a small island found on the east coast of Madagascar. And we are in the middle of the Indian Ocean. And to build the MiaSat-1, we also collaborated with the local radio amateur. And with their help, we organized training sessions, where we taught school students how to build a sort of a home-based antenna using locally available materials connected with a freely available software and computer. And so it's a mini ground station. And this allowed the students to capture NOAA satellite images. So first we entered into space, and then we tried to push the message forward to try to incentivize our young students. And then so slowly we started to realize that we needed something more concrete for us to be able to leverage on all the advantages that space and satellite technology can offer. And this is where we started drafting our space roadmap. So the first, and this roadmap revolves around four main pillars: capacity building, raising awareness, which I showed you, trying to incentivize the students. Second, leveraging on the good diplomatic relationships which our country has with different countries to try to sort of leapfrog. And fortunately, this is the new space era, so where we could go into space with lesser budget and faster. So through these different diplomatic relationships, we signed an MOU with the Indian Space Research Organization, ISRO, which has kindly accepted through of course, the government of India is giving us for free our second satellite. So it will be called the India-Mauritius Joint Satellite. It's still a micro satellite, they call it, and it is again for capacity building. We are benefiting for training for three of our engineers. We also signed a framework agreement with the Mohammed bin Rashid Space Center, and this, I will show you in a bit, allowed us to uh, sort of go further the capacity building exercise. And also, we signed a collaborative agreement with the Surrey Space Center in UK, uh, which allowed us to carry out the research work, which I will tell you later on. So capacity building, leveraging on government help and diplomatic relationship to push forward. So this is the thanks to the framework agreement with the MBRSC, we were able to organize in 2023 a live call with Dr. Sultan, and he proudly floated our flag. And this allowed students from different islands of the Republic of Mauritius to talk live in to Sultan. So you could see from the yellow arrows, Agaliga, which is in quite in the middle of the Indian Ocean, Mauritius and Rodrigues, all at the same time they were able to speak to this. So again, adding to the capacity building part. Now, our roadmap, the third pillar is to carry out our own R&D. And through the different seminars that we participated, the UNUSA, of course, gave us some limelight and allowed us to tell our stories to other emerging nations to encourage them to follow our steps to go into space, of course, for sustainable and peaceful use. So in this sense, and in this context, we met with Dr. Rafaela Guida from the Surrey Space Center in UK, and together we co-wrote a proposal which we submitted to the UNDP, Ocean Innovation Challenge, and this they funded us to carry out this project called Nereus, which is a space-based maritime surveillance system for fisheries and monitoring and anomaly detection. Basically, it was an algorithm which we wrote, which combined synthetic aperture radar data with AIS, the ship's data, merged with AI, where and this software, this algorithm allowed us to detect uh, close to real-time footprints of IUU fishing, so unauthorized and fish dock vessels in our exclusive economic zone. And we also did a return on investment study and we found out that for every $31 that would be invested in this technology, so buying basically space data to push forward this algorithm, we would recoup $31 for every dollar invested. And now we are in the process of ground truthing this algorithm with our National Coast Guard. As you can imagine, it's not an easy task. We tried twice. It was unfortunate, unsuccessful to date because of various reasons, weather conditions, etc. So this is one part of our own R&D. So now, and we also started to find out by ourselves what space and satellite data can do for us. And we were agreeably surprised to see that freely available data from Sentinel could help us uh, find some ship detection, oil spill, air quality, phytoplankton detections. I'm not saying anything new to you guys. You are all experts in that. And particularly, we experimented and we were able to detect some vessels in our port. So Port Louis is our port region. Of course, the resolution of the data is not that precise. It's around 11, 12 meters, but still it allowed us to detect the large vessels. Um, Unfortunately, in 2020, there was the ship called Wakasho, which was strung on our coral reef. And we independently did some research, and we were able to see it is highlighted here in the circle, the vessel, and the SAR showed us the different areas where the spill went. So, and as you can imagine, this caused quite some problem. And fortunately, we, after like 4, 5 years down the line, we are slowly getting out of this. So, um, we, as I said, our space strategy is based mostly on our conditions as a small island developing state. We have our exclusive economic zone. For your information, for those who do not know, we have a 2.3 million square kilometer of exclusive economic zone. And this, and of course, space and satellite technology would be a major help to help us manage this huge region. The authorities are, of course, doing an excellent job, but we reckon that with enhanced technologies such as the project that we developed with Soros Space Center, this could help us um, sort of manage or mitigate climate change effects, illegal fishing, oil spills, etc. So the we of course need better technologies to allow us to get real time because with all the sort of um, difficulty or drawbacks that space technology has. Sometimes we need to add more technology to, such as AI, to detect the real-time data and early warning system. So, um, as I said, this will allow us to space technology allows us for an enhanced decision making. Um, Now, what the fourth pillar, so the first pillar, capacity building, leveraging on diplomatic relationships. Third is to do our own R&D. And fourth, you leveraging on our unique geostrategic location. We envisage to incentivize startups to come to Mauritius. And so because the government of Mauritius offers quite interesting avenue incentives such as tax incentives, tax holidays, etc. So we very much welcome this opportunity. Already our ground station, which we have We tested it with one of ISRO's satellite, and we can quite smoothly deliver a ground station as a service model. And finally, we would like to be an inspiration for other small island developing states, and sort of our ultimate objective is to create a space for six alliance, because we believe that small island developing states, we have our own sort of little voice to make us heard, especially when we are writing the space law. So unfortunately, there are some challenges. Uh, they we what we could propose is creating joint CubeSats mission, shared Earth observation uh, platforms, joint research, and contribution to space law. Of course, there are other challenges such as capacity. We do not enough. The small island developing states do not have space engineers in the islands, but we were agreeably surprised to see that there are so many diaspora from our island uh, who are space experts in countries like UK, France, etc. So the limitations that we face, as I told you, is we have a sort of a limited data infrastructure. We have limited access to high-res satellite data, and this costs quite a lot. We do not have the qualified people to look into, and there are some policy gaps. Already, the we need to ensure that all the departments of government understand fully the importance of space. And with the other challenges that states face, there is sometimes less importance being given to the space sector. So our call is to try to engage with international partnerships to sort of help us push forward. We would really like to be the national agency that push forward the space leadership. We would like to engage our diaspora and, of course, explore further ground station as a service model. So I'll end here. Thank you very much. And over to you, Alexei. Thank you.
Thank you so much.